So, how's everybody doing tonight? I left off yesterday with the Persian water wheel. And I left off saying I had to think about what exactly I wanted to do. And I have come up with what I want to do. And that is hydroponics. It sounds fancy and special. I looked it up to find out what exactly is hydroponics. I just knew it was some word out there that was thrown around, and it's all space techy futuristic stuff and whatnot. But once I figured it out, I was like, oh, well, that's simple. I can do that. It's almost no effort really to maintain a plant with hydroponics. Yeah, so basically all I need is 2 containers. One container holds a lot of water. That's simple. You have another container that will sometimes hold a lot of water. Well, that's a simple way of explaining it, but you're going to fill it up and then drain it immediately. And that's specific to something called ebb and flow with hydroponics. There are a lot of ways to do hydroponics. It's ridiculous. It's just that ebb and flow seemed to be probably the most simplest way to do with what I've got. And I've already started looking into that a month ago without realizing it. So hydroponics with ebb and flow, they use these things, I think they're called bell pumps, or I think that's what they're called. But they're really the same thing as a Pythagoras cup. And basically a Pythagoras cup is a cup that you fill up, and if you fill it up too high, it drains and spills all over you. So don't be greedy with your wine. But yeah, pretty much the Pythagoras cup has a column, and that column you don't really know what's going on inside until you see it cut out. But it's just really like a tube that goes into you and goes straight down. And it creates a siphon. So once the water level gets to a certain height, I guess like above that U, the water has enough pressure to push down on itself to get over that U. And once it gets over that U, the siphon effect starts happening where the remaining water, all of it goes out of the cup. So I've already created a video demonstrating a very rudimentary example or proof of concept of how that works. And that was 30 days ago today. So I've been thinking about this for a long time, and it's just these videos, it started coming out and progressing because I kept having to give updates, and I need to keep doing something. So, you know. Anywho, it looks simple enough that I can pull it off. With that being said, I've done a lot of simple things in this project that I thought were simple but were not, and had to look at different ways of doing it. So don't hold me 100%. It is not etched in stone. But it has me excited about learning about this stuff and getting some ideas out. I've already drawn quite a lot of sketches of what I think I'm going to do. I mean, I even have it on this. See, I write on my junk mail. Here's another one. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. And oh, so this whole idea of hydroponics actually gives me a lot of creative freedom as well. And I think I'll go into that at another time, because I have like a bunch of ideas ping-ponging off the edges of my noggin all in there. So it's kind of exciting. It's exciting of the progress I made on this yesterday. It's exciting about what's going to happen because, you know, I have an end goal, a long-term goal, but the little steps are what makes it so much more exciting. And once this thing is done, I think it's going to be something that to be really, really proud of. It's going to look great. You know, I think I'm just going to go and stick with that. I did figure out how to solve the power problem. And I was looking into batteries. I was looking into this little, so this is a real-time clock with a battery to retain what time it is. Although I don't know how well that battery is. And I ran into problems where I put too much on my Arduino that was running out of memory. So the real-time clock idea went straight out the window. The next thing was batteries, and there's a battery charger so I could still have incoming power while keeping a battery charged, so that during a blackout with electricity I could still keep my Arduino running just fine. But now I found out a way to simplify this even more. And the whole idea behind that is EEPROM. And just at a high level, I'll just say this. EEPROM is memory that retains its state while the device is off. So basically, pretend I'm an Arduino. I'm like, oh, right now it's 7:36, so I'll remember that. All of a sudden, I go to the ER, I lose my heartbeat for, I don't know, 2 minutes. I come back home and I'm like, oh, I did something at 7:36. I remember that, so I'm going to continue my life where I was since 7:36. I don't know what time it is now. I don't have a clock, but I know it was 7:36 before I went to the hospital. That's probably a little extreme, but it's your memory that you retain. Long-term memory. I'll just say that. It's long-term memory. But that's what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to say, hey, this is where I was at in my daily cycle. I don't know what time it is. I just know this is where I am at. And I'll just keep telling it to remind itself every 5 minutes, or it'll keep telling itself every 5 minutes, this is where I'm at now. This is where I'm at now. Now I'm here. Now I'm here. So when the power goes out and the power comes back on, it reads that memory first and say, where did I leave off? So yeah, that solves that problem. Very simple. And I think with that, I'm gonna leave you guys, and you know, hopefully tomorrow I'll have something that at least a more solid design or direction. It's just that now I know the technique that I'm going towards. Now I get to put that into action and get all creative and logical and whatnot. So see you tomorrow. Comment, like, subscribe, share, or not, but it'd be cool. And then what else? I think that's about it. So, bye.